Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Dadisajoke Retro Rock and Gamer Weekend Report. And today on, let's see what the hell it is, September 2nd. Wow, we're already in September. This is episode 22. Good morning. Get some coffee in me. Anyways, folks, let's see here. There's a few things that I want to talk about today. Not only do I want to talk about Atari and their presence at PAX West, and also I want to talk about some new games, but also I want to touch upon my Angry Dad video that I posted yesterday that created a huge hoopla. And I just want to cover some things that were said there. Okay, so let's see here. For the new games for the Atari VCS, Ultimate Ski Jumper, which seems kind of cool. As you can see behind me, I got the Atari VCS store up. It has also online multiplayer where you can play it against people. Now, I haven't played it myself. I don't have the game yet. Anyway, that's another story. But some of the people from the Atari Discord server have been saying that the online portion of it is a lot of fun, and that's really cool. That's just I think it's one of the first online games for the VCS. But I'd like to take a look at it and check it out. BioLab Wars. It's an old school side-scrolling shooter, which looks like a lot of fun. If you're into those type of games, sort of like Russian Attack and all those type of games, which was really cool. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but there's also Tilting Tiles, which is a puzzle game. So there's lots of offers. So a sports game, a side-scrolling shooting game, and a puzzle game for the Atari VCS. Not too bad. I'm actually liking it. Also, Atari is having a huge presence at PAX West, showing off the latest gear, including all their branded merch. So they got, from the videos I've seen on Twitter, there's, a little, I guess it's a store. I'm wondering if they're selling the stuff there, but all the t-shirts, all the merch that they have there, hoodies, you name it, everything branded with Atari, they have it there, which is really cool. A lot of people love that stuff, so that's great. Also, Atari was showing playable demos or playable games of Quamp, which is I forget what the tagline is. Something about if the Pong ball went missing or whatever. But anyway, that looks really cool. Days of Doom, that turn-based zombie fighting game. And Lunar Lander. Now, a lot of controversy has come up about if there was an Atari VCS hooked up to the system that had Lunar Lander on it. People were looking at pictures and stuff like that, and I took a look, and I don't see a VCS there. So I gather a PC's running it from Steam. But that's okay. I mean, there's a lot of people who want to see the game for the Atari VCS. Yes, I would like it too, but if it's only on Steam, that's fine. It's on Steam. I'll pick it up on Steam and play it there. Let's see here. Anything that I want to go back on here? Atari Quantum Recharge. God, man, I'm having such a tough time with that game. I suck so bad at it. The most I think I've gotten is 11,000 points on it, and that was from pure luck. And I think I'm like 78th or something on the leaderboard. I suck. I did mention Tilting Tiles last time. Yes, I did. Oh, yeah. Mr. Run and Jump. I'm really shocked. The review I did on the game has been nonstop being viewed on YouTube. And it's interesting. It seems like there's a huge desire to pick up the game or play the game. So that's really cool. Anything else? Anything else from Atari? Let's see. Let's just quickly check their website. Good old Atari. So yeah, Mr. Run and Jump, the 2600 game, the 50th anniversary of the Arcade 1-Up game, the Atari 2600 Plus. We'll discuss that in a minute. The summer camp stuff. So here we go. Let me just the artful bleh. It's too early, man. Hold on, coffee. Need some coffee here. Okay, that helped. The artful reimagination of Pong, Quamp 2 picks up the story where the delightful little indie platform puzzler Quamp left off in 2001 or 2021. Sorry. Control a Pong ball, aching to break free for its life stuck between two paddles. Explore a dangerous, minimalist world armed with simple 2-button controls. So, that looks pretty cool. And from the screenshots, I'm actually liking what I see. So, that's going to be really cool. And that's about it, really. Now, I want to go back and talk about the video I posted my Angry Dad video, the hate for the Atari 2600 Plus. And some of the things that got brought up in the comments, I just want to sort of, talk about here for a little bit. Here it is. Okay. Here's the major point here. It says, okay, all good points, but does it play my Atari homebrew carts? I still don't know. Now, I am a huge proponent of homebrew games. The Atari homebrew community at large has been doing a phenomenal job over the years in just keeping the Atari 2600 in front of people's faces, the 5200 and the 7800, which is very exciting. Now, putting the 5200 aside, you got tons of games both on the 7800 and 2600. Now, we don't know for sure, okay? From the list of games that were tested for the 2600 Plus, I didn't see any homebrew games on there. I might be wrong. Don't cut off my head. I might be wrong. But the thing is, we don't know. Now, I'm assuming Atari is going to test all that stuff. Now, again, hardware emulation versus software emulation. Again, emulation is emulation. Let's not get there, okay? It's not going to be the original hardware. We've talked about this ad nauseum. But what I want to say is, again, because it's software emulation, the software fixing to make some of these carts work will be a lot easier than doing a firmware update for it rather than just a software update. Do you understand? Like if it was an FPGA, you would have to do a whole firmware update to allow some of these games to work if they didn't work, off of day one when people purchased it. So with software, it'd be a lot easier to do. It'd be just a quick software update, or it's got a USB port on it. Download the update, put it on the USB, boom, it's there. That's the good thing about it. But again, we don't know if homebrew games will work or not. Let's wait till it gets tested. And if it doesn't get tested by Atari, which I think will be a big mistake, let's see what happens when it comes out when people try their homebrew games, which is, I think, the worst scenario that could happen. But let's see what happens. Let's stop speculating because the speculation is always on the bad side. It's always like if the whole world's going to blow up if home games don't play or what have you. And then some people complaining about, it's nothing new. It's, it's just a Retron 77 in Atari makeup. Fine. Who cares? I know there's tons of boxes out there that emulate Atari. I get it. But the thing is, you got to think of this way. Like, and I don't work for the company. I'm kind of observant when it comes to stuff like this. It's like Atari's been putting out re-releases of their Atari 2600 games with with their XP series, right? Mr. Run and Jump is a brand new game that's coming out. When you've done that, isn't it logical to make a piece of hardware to support that? Even though there's tons of fucking 2600 original boxes back in the day, right? It just makes sense that if you create the software / games, you create a piece of hardware to plug into it. And remember, us Atari enthusiasts, nuts, freaks, whatever, fine. For us, it's no big deal. Or it pisses us off or whatever. But there's also a huge market out there for people who haven't bought the flashbacks. But when they see the Atari logo on there, that it's an original Atari branded item, people might pick it up. And if they pick it up, they're not stuck in just playing the ROMs that are already on there or hacking it or whatever. And those people are not going to do that. But what this allows you to do is to plug in cartridges. So people can start now going out to different online stores, to retro gaming stores, I got to plug my own stuff, to my online store, pick up, some Atari 2600 games or 7800 games, and start adding to your collection. On top of that, Atari is going to be creating new games. So it just makes sense, right? It does make sense. And I understand a lot of the arguments everybody's made. But at the same time, we shouldn't hate the 2600 plus. Does it make sense to you? Honestly. Just let me know. I'm curious. Because I know a lot of you, I really, I really hit a nerve with a lot of people, and that's fine. I mean, that's the whole thing here, is to create conversations, right? Even though if I'm being yelled at or ridiculed, I don't care. Honestly, I don't give a rat's ass. My YouTube channel's not that popular. I'm not making any money. Whatever little money I can scrape out of it is, the ads that I sell on my website, which is nothing, and whatever games I can, my old collection I'm selling on my online store, whatever I can pull from there. Okay. Let's see. Here's somebody that, Mike's Gaming Gala, one of another YouTuber that has his own channel talking about retro gaming and Atari. He says, I don't understand the hate for the 2600 plus. Was it exactly what I was hoping for? Not by a long shot. See, he's being honest. But it's probably the smartest product Atari could come up with for a broad audience. See, that's the thing. Yes, Atari's going to make stuff for us, enthusiasts. I hate using that word. It's stupid. But anyways, but they got to come up with something that, everybody else will like. Okay? La 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 la. Well, that's some of the old ones. Let's see here. Hold on. Dude, it's 20% smaller, something to bitch about. Oh, yeah, I complained about why are people complaining why it's 20% smaller, and somebody rebutted that. Dude, it's 20% smaller, something to bitch about. If you can't fit it in whatever rack, get a bigger one. No, I understand about not being... No, I didn't talk about... It's 30%... It's 20% smaller, so you can fit it in tighter spaces. Now I understand about not being able to source original chips, and this way the idea that... What? Now I understand about not being able to source original chips, and this way better idea than that unless streaming box the VCS. Okay, that didn't make sense at all. I think anyone who doesn't like it should probably not buy it. And then people that like it should buy it. It makes perfect sense. But what I'm trying to do, folks, is stop the finger pointing at Atari, the hate for Atari. It's like, some of you people, you're not the gatekeeper of Atari. You're nobody. If you were somebody, you would invest some money, Get a company to make some new boxes that you designed yourself, that you want to do, and sell them. Do it that way. Fuck Atari. Do it yourself. The biggest waste of money I've ever seen for a retro device, all in caps, of course. Probably because it's nothing new or innovative at all, just the same old Atari or AT games, shit that they always serve up with an HDMI port. What about the Atari VCS, my friend? What about the Atari VCS? Gonna have to do a lot of better than to sell that shit that is 40 to 45 years old. It's basically a Retron 77 with a regular Atari name on it and plays 1700 games. Big deal. Every device ever made pretty much can play Atari. Maybe they should be making. Maybe they should make something good for once that people will buy and not hate the garbage that you're peddling. Again, the Atari VCS. Get one, shut up, move on. Anyways, folks, I think that's it for today. I've been yapping here for a while. Anyways, everyone, have a great long weekend. It's Labor Day weekend here in Canada and the United States. Enjoy your long weekend. Take care, and we'll see you next weekend. Take care. Bye now, everybody.